Hi, what's up everyone? My name is Teacher Joe and welcome to my virtual math class, Master Joe. So today, we will be talking about sets. I bet you might have heard about the word set, but in the context of mathematics, what do you mean by a set? How do you represent it? And how is it applied in our daily life situations? Friends, this is our first lesson for today. What is a set? So imagine we have these objects. We have a mango, a sampaguita, a dragon fruit, a dog, a carabao, a gumamela, and an avocado. And I asked you to classify them. How would you do it? What are the groupings that you can make? So let's see if your answer is correct. We can actually group mango, dragon fruit, and avocado because they are all fruits. We can also combine a dog and a carabao because they are both animals. We can also have gumamela and sampaguita in one group because they are flowers. In short, we group these objects because they share common characteristics, and these groups are called sets. So basically, a set is a collection of objects sharing common characteristics. You may not realize it, but we use sets in our daily life routines. For example, we use sets when we select songs in our playlist. We use sets to create a team of people, and we also use it to arrange books in the library. So mathematically speaking, a set is a collection of well-defined and distinct objects. These objects that form a part of a set is called elements. So in our previous example, in the set of fruits, the mango, dragon fruit, and avocado are the elements of the said set. And how about if I ask you the elements of the set of planets in the solar system? In this case, the elements are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn. So those are the elements of the set of planets in the solar system. Can you also enumerate the elements of cities in the province of Ilocos Norte? That one is easy. We have the city of Batak and Lawag City. Notice that we can easily identify the elements of the given sets because they are all well defined. So if that is the case, when do we say that a set is not well defined? That's actually an interesting question. So let's say I would ask you to name elements of the set of interesting Filipino movies. Do you think the set is well defined? The answer is no. The set is not well defined because my idea of an interesting Filipino movie may be completely different from yours. Similarly, can we make a set of delicious Ilocano dishes? And your guess is as good as mine. Again, the word delicious is not well defined since my taste of delicious Ilocano dishes may not be the same as yours. So remember, the important characteristic of a set is that the elements in it should be well defined. I repeat, all the elements in the set should be related and well defined. And now let's move on to our next lesson, which is naming a set. So how do we name a set? Let's have, for example, the elements of the set of vowels A, E, I, O, U. Generally speaking, the set can be named by capital letters. So the set of vowels can be named by any letter. For instance, we can make it as set A. Remember that it has to be a capital letter. Capital letters can also be referred to as uppercase letters. However, if the elements of the set contains letters also, we preferably write them in small letters, or what we call the lowercase letters. Take note also that the elements of the set are enclosed by braces. Another thing that we should know about sets is that the order in which the elements are written inside the brackets is not important. So the set of vowels can also be written as I, O, U, E, A. Either way, the two sets are the same. Likewise, when we have a set of even numbers from 2 to 10, we can name it by any letter. Let's say set B, which is equal to the set containing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We can also have it in other orders such as 6, 8, 10, 2, 4. However, though the order is not important, it's a good practice to write the elements in ascending or descending order. Now, moving on, let's look into the ways on how we represent a set. Lesson 3, how do we represent a set? We can have it using the listing method or the rule method. In the previous example on the set of vowels, all we did was to list the elements of the vowels enclosed by braces and separated by a comma. This is the listing or the roster method. However, there is another way on how we can represent a set. It's called the rule method. In this method, instead of listing the elements of a set, we simply write the rule indicating a property or characteristic common to all elements. In our example of the set of vowels, we can simply say set of A, which is equal to the set of all X such that X is a vowel. Okay, this may look a little bit complicated, but let us examine it part by part. The braces means what is written inside it is a set. The next part is important. We have a variable here named X, but you can call it with whatever letter you want. This variable represents the elements of a given set. So, in our example, this can be read as all X. The vertical slash means such that. Now, this is the first new thing we learn here. I repeat, the vertical dash means such that. So, this part is read as the set of all X such that. Now, what comes next is the rule that describes the elements of the set. It says here, X is a vowel. So, to put all the parts together, it means that set A is the set of all X such that X is a vowel. The rule method may be a bit complicated, but this can help you save time in representing a set with so many elements. For example, if I ask it to represent a set of all integers from 1 to 100, what method do you think is easier to use? The listing method or the rule method? Are you going to list all the elements from 1 to 100? Or you'd rather write the rule indicating the common characteristic of all the elements of the given set? Well, definitely the rule method is a more convenient way of representing the given set. And I think that's all I have for now. It's time to recap what we have learned. Number 1, a set is a collection of well-defined objects. Number 2, we can name a set using any capital letter. And number 3, sets can be represented in 2 ways, the listing method and the rule method. And that's all for now, friends. I do hope that you learned something today. And if there are parts of the lessons that you did not fully understand, you can always press the replay button. Again, this is Teacher Joe, and this is my virtual math class, Master Joe. Till next time!